Hello, parents of sixth graders. Ms. Scott here for virtual open house. I am here, want to welcome you to Randolph. Hope that you're having a great year so far. A couple of tips and tricks I'm going to give to you and kind of work our way through what happens in a typical day in your child's language arts class. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get to the virtual curriculum night slides. As you can see, we kind of took it upon ourselves to have a little bit of fun with team names this year. We have Team Clorox, Team Lysol, and your child's team, Team Purell, which is myself, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Johnson, and Miss Buchanan. So I'm going to go ahead and get to our agenda. Our agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about social emotional learning. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the nuts and bolts of what happens in language arts class on a daily basis, and tell you where to go and where to find some great resources to help your child be as successful as possible for sixth grade. First of all, I want to start off with SEL, or social emotional learning. It is a district initiative program in which we meet every day for 45 minutes with our homeroom or first block students. So if your child is in my first block, then they have me every day for 45 minutes for social emotional learning. We talk about things like problem solving skills, organization. We go to breakout groups a lot. We talk about different topics. We talk about how to solve different things. We just talk about and make sure that how we're all feeling, and making sure that we are all supporting one another. We encourage, I beg for them every day to turn their cameras on so that we can put a face to a name, so that when we are all together, we know who each other are, but also even, staring at a black screen is not the greatest thing on earth. So to have a face on that I can look at and that others can look at, it just makes the experience much more valuable and much more authentic. So I would really highly encourage cameras on, not just during social emotional learning, but throughout the entire day. There's much increased interaction in terms of my part. If I can see their reaction and in their eyes what's kind of going on, and I can help them a whole lot more than what I can do if I'm just staring at a black screen or some picture or something like that. So I really encourage you to encourage your child to turn on their camera. We participate in discussions. We kind of get to know each other. Sometimes these discussions are scripted. Other times it kind of takes us off into other avenues, which is great. Candid conversation about what's going on or the different topic that we're talking about for the day. So that's social emotional learning. Then we move into first block, which is first block or second block or third block or fourth block is your core content. And this is for ELA. The daily slides is really the starting off point for every single day. So I'm going to take you there, and I'm going to walk you through what the daily slide looks like and the different items that you will find on the daily slide. So you'll click the link and it'll take you to a daily slide. And this is here for the entire year. If you scroll down, you'll see at the very beginning of school, we have one to the most recent. They're divided up into kind of 3 or 4 main categories. We have announcements, we have due dates, we have the agenda, and up here in the corner, we have the daily instructional video. All right. If your child is absent for any reason, or if the internet is just not being your friend that day, your child, once things get worked out, or your child gets feeling better, or they're back from the appointment, for whatever reason they're gone, they can go to the slides and they can click on the daily instructional video, and they will have one of the 4 language arts teachers giving them the instruction and the directions for that day. And then we work our way through the agenda for the day, whatever that agenda might be, with the different links and the different announcements and due dates and things like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take you to Canvas. That is where all of the assignments are housed. Now, if you need to get to the daily slides, you can start off in my Canvas. This is my home page. You're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to click on Live Lessons. Live Lessons take you to the Live Lessons page. Here, over here on the right, here where it says Zoom, and it says click here for daily slides. That's where you can go to get to where I just was. Now, in terms of the work, you're going to go back home if you want, and you can go to modules. modules here is where all of the work is housed, whether directions or worksheets or what have you for the week. You'll see that the modules go weekly, and they don't go anywhere. They stay here. All right, and you'll click on whatever day, whatever we're doing for that particular day, and it will take you to an activity that we completed for that day and the different directions that go along with that activity and the submissions. Some activities are submitted, others are not. It depends. This one particular where we distinguish between main idea and theme, that was notes pretty much. So that would be moved into your ELA folder in Google Drive. And I would highly encourage you checking your child's Google Drive and making sure that they have a folder for at least all 4 core: ELA, science, social studies, and math. So they can use that as kind of their dividers in their virtual binder. I would highly encourage you doing that. Also on Canvas, there's a calendar that tells them, gives them a monthly view of what's happening. You'll see different due dates here of what needs to be turned in when. There's also an inbox here where your child, well, that it would be there. It would, because I'm in their view, they wouldn't let me in, but they could hit that and they could send a message to me if they needed to. And I would email them back. So this is like their email. If I leave student view and I go to my inbox, you'll see there, it just looks like a mailbox, an email box, okay? So we'll go to dashboard. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go back to, doesn't want to let me go back. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I am going to go back. Good. We made it back here to the agenda. So we talked about the daily slides and we talked about Canvas, the modules. All right, zeros are placeholders. So if there's a 0 in PowerSchool, that means there is a problem. Either your child did not turn it in, or they turned in the wrong document, or they didn't do something right in accordance to the directions. So please make sure if there's a 0, your child goes back into Canvas and looks for any sort of comment that I have left them. Check comments. Then go back and make any sort of necessary corrections and resubmit the assignment if there's a problem. Also, I encourage cooperation and cameras on. Cameras on during the school day. I can't push that hard enough. I really think that will help a lot of us in terms of having the camera on. Okay, here is some contact information. If you are not an observer of your child's Canvas, please, I encourage you to go ahead and become an observer. It lets you see assignments, due dates, teacher comments, whatever your child has uploaded, excuse me. Parent conferences, if you would like to schedule a parent conference, you can go ahead and use this link. It's also in the Counselor's Corner on the Randolph website. Weekly e-blasts, you should be receiving weekly e-blasts that say Team Purell weekly e-blast, and it comes out every Friday, and it is divvied up into each subject area for the 4 core. That gives you what happened for the week, what should be turned in, different important dates that are coming up, FYIs, different things like that, okay? Please look out for this email, and it contains RMS information, helpful link, and team updates. If you are not on an e-blast list and you would like to be, go ahead and email me and I will add you to my contact list. I'm in charge of that. All right, well, I hope that you got a lot of helpful information. And as always, if there's a question or clarification needed, feel free to email me at any point and any time. All right, I hope you're enjoying your evening, and I look forward to getting to know you and your child here at Randolph. Have a great night.